In a previous video, we talked about love, but Jesus also said, love your enemies, and that is very hard to do. We all know that. It's extremely difficult to love one's enemies. But that is what Jesus tells us, and it's actually a command. Luke 6 verse 27 to 33, Jesus said, "But I tell you who hear me, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you." Verse 28, "Bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone strikes you on the one cheek, turn to him the other also. If someone takes your cloak, do not stop him from taking your tunic. Give to everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do that." So what Jesus instructs us here is to do good, to bless, and to pray for our enemies. It is extremely difficult to do these things for somebody that's really your enemy, that's hurting you, that's harming you, etc. But if you love Jesus and grow in the process of loving him more and more, then we will realize that Jesus did everything for us. And all we need to do is to follow him. So we must love those. But once again, that love is not a brotherly love. It is a sacrificial love. You hit me on the cheek, I accept it. And it's not always physical. It is psychological as well. When somebody hurt you by what they say, accept it. Don't retaliate. That is what it's about. Somebody hates me. Love him. It's easy. Or not so easy. Actually not so easy. Then somebody take your things, your property. They take from you, and you accept it. Also not always physically, but also psychologically, emotionally. And then, very important, verse 31, "Do to others as you would have them do to you." How many times do we see that, where we harm other people, but we want them to be nice and kind to us? Especially with what we say. We can harm people by saying things that's hurting. That is what we should do. Jesus tells us to show kindness, especially when we won't be beneficiaries of it later. We're going to get nothing out of it. we're going to lose the cloak. But it is an unselfish, serving love, agape love, and that is what Jesus demonstrated to us. You see, self-love, loving myself, seeks repayment. I give you something, you must give me something back. Agape love seeks no repayment. In John 13:34, Jesus thought, "A new command I give you, love one another, as I have loved you." He loved us and sacrificed himself, died on the cross for us, for a sinner like me. That is sacrificial love, and we should do it to others, our neighbors. Love is not only necessary for salvation, but it is also a command by Jesus. He's not saying you can do that. He says you must do it. In giving this command, Jesus did something the world had never seen before. If you think about it, never ever before God from heaven and sacrificed himself, died on a cross, shed his blood, resurrected, did it for us, for nobody else. In that way, Jesus created a group identified by one thing: love. Now I'm talking about believers in general. There are many groups in this world, and they identify themselves in a number of ways: by skin color, by uniform, by shared interests, by a lot of things. But the church, and the church are the people of the church, us, a group of believers, themselves together, cling together, attached to each other by love, and then extended to unbelievers. There is only one amazing God, God Jesus Christ.